This is another example how we can actually outdo ourselves here, and I'll give you an explanation. This racket takes ages to make. It's got to be bent into shape. These things have to be drilled here, all these holes have to be drilled, that section has to be fitted, it has to be finished, it has to be strung, and all the rest of it. That process, and also goes back to the Alcan, in this case the factory there, where once we bent it, it has to be heat treated to take the stress, otherwise it's a very soft alloy. So that whole process can take something like 30-40 hours to make one racket. So how do we improve on that? Well, how about this? There was a fantastic British company that came up with the idea of injecting gas. Now here's a cutout of showing that the gas injection would actually go all the way around here and create a hollow. All the way around it creates a void. So through this section it's hollow. All the way through and through there. And that process, the whole process, takes about 45 seconds to manufacture. But I'm sure you've noticed something. No holes in this frame. None at all. Now the game plan there is because all racket manufacturers know, especially John McEnroe, that rackets break on a hole, especially when you go, I don't believe it, and all the rest of it, smashing it down. But all rackets eventually break on holes. So I came up with a system which got rid of holes. Now, you may know the Wilson T2000 racket, which Jimmy Connors used to use, and that had a castellated system inside it, but it was held together by a lot of wires holding it in around a metal frame. This little fella here was injection moulded. Again, I don't know how closely we could show you here, but this is carbon fibre, small carbon fibre pieces in nylon. So that's it reinforced. So this fella here was inserted into a mould tool. The whole thing is a cassette inserted. Then the mould would close either side of this with this in it. Then the injection would take place. So injection of plastics, carbon fibre and nitrogen gas. And that gas performed almost like a blow moulding does, but it was a fraction of a second afterwards. That meant when we opened the mould, 45 seconds later, out it came, remove the cassette, separate, and then you're handed this still warm. Well, what does that do? We've just taken how many hours? 30-40 hours that it would take to make a racket into 45 seconds once it's loaded. That is state of the art even today. And the date is May, and it's 2022, and as yet this has never seen the light of day. So hopefully we'll be showing somebody fairly soon, but I thought you'd like to see it first.